up? People, it's Sunday fun day.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome everyone to episode 373. It is a wonderful day here in South Florida. Thank you so much for joining me on a Sunday, on a fun day, and on Mother's Day. So this episode is a Mother's Day special to all the moms out there, like the Daily Mother Swole. Hello Ida, come on in. Make sure you don't forget about that Daily Swole Club. So like and share the broadcast, hashtag Daily Swole Club, to win awesome prizes like one-on-ones with Papa Swolio. What is up, everyone? What is going on? Make sure you bust down the door and let everyone know that because no one's working today, everyone's relaxing and everyone's hanging out. Yes. What's up? What's going on, Melissa? Welcome everyone to episode 373 of the Daily Mother Swole. The Daily Mother Swole. Happy Mother's Day to the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular podcast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 373 of the Daily Mother Swole, live every day at 12 noon Eastern Time, right here on Facebook, YouTube, and also you can catch the SoundCloud and iTunes podcast, so you can destroy your ear holes with the knowledge nukes. So I'm gonna be dropping tons of bombs today, tons of nukes. Make sure you got your suits on, make sure you got your rice, your beans, your canned milk, because it's gonna be lit like a fucking tit today. It's gonna be on fire. And I know a lot of you have some free time, and a lot of you are off today, and a lot of you are celebrating yo mamas, or you don't got no mama and you're celebrating yourself because you got a little baby mama. So now you are celebrating your little girl because you're the big girl and you had a little girl, so now you're the mama. I don't know. So for new parents, for old parents, for grandparents, for everyone, welcome to Sunday. And every day should be Mother's Day. You know, that's one thing. That's one thing. And I called my mother last night just because I don't like the cliche like, oh, it's Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. It's like forced fun. It's like going to an amusement park and feeling like I'm at an amusement park. I have to have fun now that I'm at an amusement park. It's just the society. They want you to send cards. They want you to buy flowers. They want you to buy cake. They want you to go out to dinner. They want you to do all these things because they bank. Society banks on Mother's Day. So I'm not doing any Mother's Day sales today for that reason, but, however, we're talking about all my chillin', and that's 600 of my little boys and girls. None of them chosen. So if you look in the title, 600 children and none of them chosen. This is a good episode because I'm gonna tell you exactly like it is, like I always do, but today's episode kind of relates to Mother's Day because first off, if you don't know, now you know you have over 600 muscles in the entire body, over 600, and none of them chosen. And what that means is you didn't choose anything you have. It's a different way to think about things. We talk about nature versus nurture. What can you have? I want to get abs. I want to build muscle. I want to lose weight. I want to look a certain way. Well, you can only look a certain way based on what you have and based on what you're given and based on who you are, because we have our genetic predisposition. We have our gene pool. We are just who we are. I'm never gonna look exactly like you, and you are never gonna look exactly like me. And this is just the way it is. It's just the lay of the land. This is just fact, right? It's literally just fact. So when it comes to Mother's Day, when it comes to applying something like Mother's Day and this concept that everyone's, or most people are celebrating today or talking about, and looking at the human body, your muscles are your children, your body is your child, and you can't choose. And you haven't chosen any of them. You haven't chosen a single muscle. You haven't chosen a hair on your head. You haven't chosen your nose. You haven't chosen your shoulders. You haven't chosen your knees. You haven't chosen your feet. You didn't choose your pinky nail. You didn't choose anything that you have. You haven't chosen a single thing that you were given. And I'm not talking about plastic surgery, I'm not talking about all that shit. I'm talking about literally you have what you were given. It is just literally the roll of the fucking dice. And then boom, there you are, there you have it. So you didn't make any of these decisions. You didn't make any of these choices. You didn't choose to have a certain eye color. You didn't choose to have a certain height. You didn't choose to have, in some cases, you know, a certain type of, a certain level of body fat when you were 5 years old, and then growing up and maybe you're predisposed to certain diseases or illnesses or cancers. I mean, there's certain things that we're predisposed to and that we're genetically, you know, inclined to have or to deal with in our life that wasn't in our choosing. So you got two options. You got two options. You can wallow in misery and complaining and whining about why it's not working, or why I have this, or I wish I had this, or why couldn't I be like this, or why couldn't I look like him? I'm trying to look like her. I want to lose weight. Why can't I gain muscle? Or you can work hard and fucking deal and accept. And there comes a point where you can work hard and change things and improve and do better and better for yourself. But there also comes like a line and a fine, you know, gray area, white space, where there's no more change to be had, or it's just not possible. You know, there's that genetic aspect where it comes to a point where you just won't have that. You have things now. You didn't choose them. You have to accept them and use them to your advantage. Use your skills, use your looks, your abilities, your passions. Use things that you're interested in, and use things that are your strong points, and then push on those things and push on those aspects of your life to make it best for you. If you have an interest like fitness, if you have an interest in fitness, if you have an interest in a certain hobby or a certain direction of focus for your daily output, you want to be happy. You need to do something that makes you happy, and to do something that is going to make you successful just for yourself in your life. And let's pick up the phone. Let's take this for a walk. Let's take this bear on the road. I feel like moving right now. This is something that a lot of people deal with, a lot of people struggle with. They think, or the idea that they can have whatever they want simply because they want it. And you might be one of those people. You might be one of those people that thinks, because I want to lose weight, because I need to change my life, because I'm tired of what I see when I look in the mirror, that for whatever reason, you might feel this, I don't know, I guess you can call it an entitlement. You might feel this entitlement to getting results, to building muscle, you know? And that entitlement is dangerous. The entitlement is very dangerous because there's no such thing. You're not owed anything. You don't deserve anything. You can work your ass off and work hard for things, but you're not owed anything. And you don't deserve to lose weight just because. You don't deserve to build muscle just because. You know, just because you want to. Just because you bought a fitness program. Just because you stopped eating candy and fast food. It's going to take relentless hard work no matter what. It's going to take a lot of effort over and over and over again, but you're still given. You still have the canvas. You still have the framework and the foundation with which you were given. Remember, not chosen. I have over 600 muscles in the body, just like you, and none of mine were chosen. I didn't choose the way my biceps looked. I didn't choose the way my calves looked. I didn't choose the way my quads looked. You know, I'm training them hard. I've worked them hard, and I've developed them differently than when, you know, let's say 15 years ago when I started training, for example. But when it comes to the base structure, the base foundation, and what they look like and what they are like from scratch, when I first started working on that blank canvas, I didn't choose what they were predisposed to. I didn't choose what they look like at the outset. So it's important. It's important when you look at your mother and your father and your parents, and you're thankful for them, and you're doing a Mother's Day little thing where, let's say you're a mother, or you have a mother, or even if you don't, just understand that nothing is chosen. You weren't chosen for them. You know, your parents had you. You know, whether or not your mother's alive or around, you know, whoever you are, you had a mother. You came out of a female. You know, your mother didn't choose you. She had you. She had a child. She didn't choose the way you looked. She didn't choose, you know, your personality per se. You know, no one chose anything in this life. It's like we do things and then there's an effect. You have a child, it's like you roll the die and like, I hope I get something that, you know, is decent. You know, it just is what it is. Like, you have muscles, you have a body, you have the way you look, and that's it. And that's it. And there's too much of an idea that things can be changed, and changed like drastically too. You know, some of these ideas and some of these, like, I don't want to say focal points, but some of these, you know, approaches to fitness and to nutrition and to, you know, changing life habits just come at it from such like a left field, irrational point of view. Like, you cannot change fundamentally who you are. You cannot change the way your muscles insert onto the bone. Like, you have certain structures in your body that are just, they're cemented like that. Not everyone's gonna be able to build a ton of muscle. Not everyone can lose and shred up and get super lean. It's just what you're designed to do. Doesn't mean you can't push your limits, doesn't mean you can't experiment, doesn't mean you can't try, doesn't mean you can't look amazing, doesn't mean any of those things. It just means there's that level of acceptance, there's that level of understanding that I have what I have, let me make the best of it, and understand that there are limitations to what I can get. There are limitations, and that doesn't mean that you can't reach for the stars, it doesn't mean you can't have lofty goals, it doesn't mean that you can't, you know, push yourself to amazing limits and amazing heights, you can't achieve something. That doesn't mean you can't do the impossible, it doesn't mean you can't do what no one else has done before. It just means that understanding the limitations makes you more realistic. It makes you more rational in your approach. Doesn't mean it's unattainable. Doesn't mean it can't be done. Doesn't mean you can't have amazing success. It just means that you are going at it from a place of learning, development, and not irrational expectations and not irrational ideals. And that's important because that prevents you from failing and getting discouraged and thinking that it's all for naught and then, you know, falling off the wagon and being a hot mess. So that's the point. That's today's message. Go spend some time with your family, enjoy Sunday Fun Day. If it's Mother's Day and you're doing something, go have a blast, go have some fun. I'm gonna see my premium group in a couple moments. I'm gonna go live after. I wanna say some stuff in my premium group. And today's a big day for more reasons than just Mother's Day. Obviously, Swolenormous doesn't sleep. Swolenormous doesn't stop. Every day is fucking grindhouse. So, love you all. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 373 of the Daily Mother Swole. Let's do Daily Swole Club. Those of you that are liking and sharing the broadcast. Again, thank you for joining me live every day here on 12 noon Eastern Time. And thank you for watching on YouTube and listening to the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. Let's see if we got some people dropping some DS clubs. Oh, it's beyond overdue. Joseph Lechuga, you are today's Daily Swole Club winner. What up, Big J? Joseph Lechuga, congratulations, Joe. Make sure you float some hearts, float some thumbs for JL, Joseph Lechuga. Thank you so much for supporting, and he's been a great member of the community for a long time, so it's gonna be great to speak with you, bro. So float some thumbs if you're here, Joe. Make sure you go yay, float some biceps and say yay, Daily Swole. So we'll set up that one-on-one, we'll set up that FaceTime, ASA to the peasy. And remember, those of you that are still have not gotten that scheduled with me, just make sure you keep on messaging me, because everyone's very busy and sometimes it's hard to coordinate schedules. So if you still have not connected with me when you won your Daily Swole Club, make sure you do get in contact with me. Message me again, let's set that up. And Joseph Lechuga, make sure you message me right here on my Facebook page, say what's up, and let's set up that time. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 373 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular podcast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. These fucking guns. These guns are gonna get pumped on a Mother's Day. So all your 600 children, none of them chosen, make sure you treat them with respect. Make sure you try your hardest and reach, struggle. It's hard, push, hard work, relentless effort. Every fucking day. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it, and understand that you have what you have what you were given. You're lucky to be alive. Let's work within our capacity and push ourselves to our personal limits. I'll see everyone tomorrow for episode 374. Premium, I'll see you in a few moments. Love you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Swole Day. Congratulations to everyone making sick gains on a Sunday, fun day. Enjoy. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Later.